I didn't watch more than 20 seconds of it. I knew where it was going. It's rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And like I said, things that go on so frequently, you get numb to it. So I saw another one of my guys underneath another one of their guys getting put into the same coffin. Rinse and repeat. And it keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. And then we're gonna go and shout about it and get angry about it. And we're gonna be considered the aggressors, even though we're getting angry about somebody getting killed out of our community. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So when I saw it, I saw all of them.
Initially, I couldn't watch it. I think I watched the first maybe 30 seconds or so. And I just stopped it. I thought, I can't watch this. And it wasn't so much because, honestly, it wasn't so much because he was black and the officer was white. It was because of what was happening. That was my initial reaction to it. And then I think my husband watched it and he said to me, because he obviously knows me, and he said, don't watch it. Don't watch it, Tash. And with him saying that, I wanted to watch it. Not, I didn't want to watch it, but I wanted to watch it. So anyway, I did. And my heart was just broken. Like, it's literally soul destroying what goes on. It's horrible.
I didn't even think a human was capable of doing that. That's how disgusted I was. I didn't think anyone was capable of doing that. 8 minutes in, you're still on his neck.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting emotional.
No, it's emotional, but and what you said there, it wasn't the fact that he was black, it was the fact that you saw someone treated as if they weren't even a human being. Like it's
Sorry.
No.
I think, you know what it is? It's because, thank you, it's because it happens, it's been happening consistently. But I sat there that morning and I just thought to myself, I really want to have a child, but do I? Do I really want to bring a child into this world with this stuff going on? It's painful, it's really painful.
Police brutality on black people is not new to me. It's not a shock to me. For years and years and years, I've known the stories. I'm on social media because social media is where people broadcast a lot more of the police brutality as opposed to the news. So I wasn't surprised, but I was just in shock at how graphic it was.
To me, every time a black guy or girl gets killed, and it's because they're black, it looks exactly the same. It looks like me. And when I found out how long the guy was kneeling on his neck, I was like, rinse and repeat. The system works. Why does the system work? Because the guy thought it was good. That police officer didn't think of it as, I'm doing something wrong, and so I'm going to be brazen about it. He was like, I'm doing something right. And if you oppose me, you're wrong.
I didn't feel nothing, in the sense that I've seen it. The first time I saw something like that as a kid was Rodney King. And over the years, I've seen it replicated so many more times that when I saw that, I didn't feel nothing.
UK compared to, I mean, I think a lot of it to do with the US is obviously their gun laws are different. We don't have the right to bear arms here. If we did, I could see we'd be pretty parallel with them. To be honest, if the police are armed and the public have the right to arm themselves, a lot of this is born out of fear and people's prejudice. So if they fear, they're gonna approach you completely different. You're already of a mindset is, I need to protect myself. So I'm gonna do what I need to protect myself. End of the day, everyone's go home to their families, so they're gonna approach that with a completely different mindset. I don't think we're as bad here in terms of we don't have the tools to be as bad. Do I think the racism in the police force is bad? I do. I've had a friend who left the police force, a white guy who left the police force. He said, I couldn't stand the racism and became a fireman.
When I was in my teenage years, I used to probably get stopped twice a week just driving by police. Guaranteed, on average, twice a week.
Why is that?
Because I was black. There's no other, there's nothing else. There is nothing else, because that number just doesn't make no sense. And they'd always give a different excuse, but it'd always be happening. Because getting stopped by police, people say, well, it's not a big deal, it's just police. But my earliest experience of them is then putting my friend in hospital when we were 13 years old. So it's always gonna have a tainted image. Do you understand what I mean?
Shoot, my first year in high school, we walk out of assembly and two boys behind me, I still remember their names. I won't say it for the cameras, but I still remember their names. This is how long this stuff sits with you. But two boys walking behind me are like, oh my God, he looks like a monkey. Boop, 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 boop. And I was like, rare. I remember going back to my mum and saying like, Mum, you've got to change me out of schools because I can't be in this school because I know how they feel about me already. I can't do that.
We used to go to Scotland maybe 2-3 times a year to visit family, and there's a saying out there for people that are not white, so it doesn't matter if you're Chinese, Indian, whatever, black, you know, West Indian, sorry, and they call you darkies. And we never knew what that was until we was playing out one day and we got called darkies. Oh, you're darkies. And like, what's that, Mum? What does that mean?
How old you were roughly?
I would say, what, 8? Younger maybe, I don't, but young.
I'd say my first example would be when I was working for an organisation just over their Christmas period, making sales calls, and my manager told me not to call anyone with the last name Patel or anything that sounded remotely foreign or African. I realised that I was made to do something that I didn't want to do.
It just becomes your norm. I feel like so many non-white people have gone through so much, and through fear of not being heard, they keep quiet, or they just feel like they're like no one's going to care. My school that I went to was predominantly white, first of all, and I never felt different until maybe like year 10. And comments started being made about my hair. I would have like huge hair in school, and it was something that I was happy to do. But all of a sudden it's just jokes. First jokes like, oh, I've lost my pen, is it in Shiv's hair? And they'd literally be like this in my hair. Oh, I can't see. Miss, I can't see because Shiv's hair's in the way, in front of everyone. The first time you laugh, the second time, okay, it's not so funny, but I ignore it. The third time, not having my hair natural again. Going from being natural to completely different, it wasn't because I wanted it straight, it was because I wanted people to just leave me alone.
First time I noticed racism was when my brother, my older brother, came home from school and he got into a fight with a white guy on a bus because he called him a nigger and spat in his face. That was my first time. Straight up.
I want to do more. I want to tackle it from an educational background for children, because I think one thing I've always kind of said in my head is like, the people that are racist now are going to be racist tomorrow. Like, you can't just change what people think. You can try, and you can, you know, kill them with kindness if you like, but you can't really make that much of a difference. But what you can do is you can change the future. You can help, what our children are gonna experience. So that's kind of what I want to focus on now, is how do I make sure that my child doesn't go through what I've gone through, or that anyone